You're early. Why does it say... I don't know. Oh, there it goes. It was like showing the thing on YouTube that it was waiting to go live even though I was live, and it was a whole thing. How you doing, Bonus Ken? What's going on? Since you're here, I decided to press the button. I pushed the button a little late. What's that? Ah, a YouTube feature. What's more powerful, a computer built within Factorio or a PDP-11? Probably a computer built in Factorio. PDP-11s are not very fast. Even by 1980 standards, they were kinda slow. The thing with those mini computers is that what they lacked in processing power, they had in their architecture made up for in I/O. They could move data between sources very quickly, but it couldn't necessarily do 2 times 2 or 2 plus 2 very quickly. Oh, what was it? It was something like 0.2 megaflops, the CPU. Is if you were to do a benchmark on it, a normalized benchmark on it, it's not fast. But as I say, that's raw calculating power, and flops was always, well, flops is floating point operation. Oh, actually, no, it can't do that. Its flops is 0. It doesn't have a floating point card. I mean, it can still approximate them by other like you can do it in software by other means, but you can't actually do floating points. You hear that? It's the sound of the stream starting. And it's the sound of sheer terror approaching people's ear hole. Alrighty, let's continue on. We actually missed out last Friday. Had a few things. Got him. Yeah, that was the thing that came up a few weeks ago, and it became a thing. We're really trying to push through and making a science base, and it's been struggle bus. I don't know why it is. I'm really trying to get, like, a part of it is I'm getting distracted. Part of it is space age. There's just stuff to do everywhere. And part of it is I want to do it in a certain way, but that way isn't really compatible with space age, but it's also not interesting. But yeah, it's like all the builds are just not really... Oh, you're missing modules. Squirrel! Yeah, all the builds have just not been that... Hang on, Dad. No, you don't have modules. You have modules. Oh, now I selected you. No, not that one, that one. Got a left click to deselect. And then you go down there. That's the killer spiders. This lot... Oh wait, I'm in the... Yeah, I'm in the editor, that's why. I had the actual save loaded up before. Zipperjip, how you doing? Hello. Yeah, I'm in the editor, that's why it's not built. Dingus alarm. Absolute dingus. Oh yeah, I also changed this over to a fluid unload, so I have melting on patch. It was actually meant to be melting on patch, but I apparently forgot about that. Because I had it... Admittedly, I had an idea of doing a central melting setup, and meh, it's just an extra step. I'm also probably not going to do roll on, roll off on most of it. Maybe I'll do roll on, roll off for stone only, just because it's got to be handled kinda separately. But yeah, I've sort of been bouncing around with different ideas, and yeah, it's like I built this, but it's very conventional, and it doesn't really make use of space age. And I think subconsciously I wasn't happy with it, and that's what leads into this thing, which is sort of more what you're supposed to be doing, or what you really should be aiming for in space age, is just make, if you can eliminate something off a belt, you should eliminate it from a belt. And so on this one, you know, the classic thinking is you'd have this stuff, the low densities, go onto a belt to then go up in here. But if I was to put the foundry, you know, where the assembly machines are, then I'm no longer relying on a belt entirely, and it's just, well, I still need the plastic, but it's just molten metal I'm moving around instead. It's actually a similar story. I applied the same logic over here to the blues. So instead of a fairly conventional blue setup, I put the cryo plant here. Yeah, you are legendary. And it's doing the same job. Or at least one would hope it's doing the same job. Where is it? There. And yeah, this is sort of where the sort of direction that I'm moving in with the Nauvis base now. Just something like this. Just feels a little bit nicer. What do we want? Do I actually... No. I don't have belts of stuff to insert. But once again, this, you know, it needs water and petroleum gas. I believe your water... No, water. Is steam now. Here we go, water and then petroleum gas. And so it's able to just grunt, and then everything has sulfur just instantly. Oh, those things are ridiculous. Actually ridiculous. That's not a stack inserter. That is. There's some boxes there. I still need to do engines, but I think again the same logic can be applied. What was I after engines? The thing I was just talking about. And then red circuits. The circuits I did want to specifically pack onto belt, though. That can't change. That's mandatory for this particular base. So yeah, I'm thinking maybe drop this, drop all of this, and do something like this instead. That's 2, 3, 4, 5. 6, 7, and 8. And are you making... Yeah, you're making stuff. Good. Then I just need as many as necessary to actually make the science. And there. Thoughts on inserter clocking versus leader-follower inserter control? What is leader-follower? I've always been an inserter clocker, although I was very early on in inserter clocking, so that's why I've sort of always leaned on it. Alright, let's have some dumping. It's Veldak. Timmy Trumpet performed last night in your city? Just phoning in? I think I've actually overbuilt this thing already. Alright, what are we at? Oh, it's pretty close. 34,000 a minute? Hey, and there's the sub.
Hong Kong.
Hong Kong. It's like this. There. Just two honks. Thank you very much for that. 73-month resub. It's a big old resub. Thank you very much for that. Has it gone up a little bit? It's going up. It's probably going to hit 57,600. I'm going to hazard a guess. Yeah, I mean, it's sitting at 57,000, which suggest. And leader follow looked interesting. Hey, and Solar Wolf coming in with that prime too. Thank you for that. How you doing? Really appreciate that. Lead follow. I'm going to have to look into that. I was actually looking into... Oh, what was it? There was a video I saw because I was thinking about... So, because I've been struggling with this, what I do is instead of actually doing it, is I think about how to upgrade this thing. Because this thing's... Like, I've never used this, but I've always wanted this thing to be the ultimate legendary crafter. And so I actually made some progress on this design. Well, it's not actually this design anymore. But it's, you know, it makes plastic and batteries on board, which currently this thing can't do. Or this thing can't do. It's very dependent on Vulcanus and Nauvis. You're actually pulling those from... That's interesting. I don't know how long it's been like that for, but it's been pulling red circuits from Fulgora for quite a while, as it turns out. Change your team's ringtone? See, now I need to find out what your team's ringtone is and change this to that. Although I think having the button for the sound adequately does it. Yeah. The problem is it also... Oh yeah, this thing's up to all legendary as well. I don't know when that happened. Like, I told everything to upgrade and apparently it just happened. Just happened very quickly. Yeah, at some point, probably next week, depending on how far we get with the Nauvis, because we've got tomorrow as well. Just something to watch out for is I need to completely redevelop Vulcanus. It's so far behind everything else. But that's Squirrel Project me talking right now. Because so this thing, getting back to the point at hand, 57,600 because only half of these are running. Because these are shoveling onto the same side of the belt. And as a result of... Oh, I didn't put an inserter on that. Yeah, as a result of that... Can you actually... No, you can't. Yeah, it's only half running. It's not full running. That needs to be there. That can actually be like that. Yeah, we'll just get rid of all of that. Delete it all back down to one reference build. Yeah, we're feeding one on each side. It's a bit on the wonk. Yeah, you don't need that tile there. That's fine. You should really do that. Then you go there. Yeah, I will do that and that, because they'll overlap each other, so that's fine. And they can just sit there, I guess. Then go 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then we see how good my tessellation is. 2, 3, 4, 5. How many is that? That is 160. So, I've got my reference here. It's 10 beacon, 182.9. 183. And we are at 160, I think I said. Boop. Should be pretty close. 192, okay. It's plenty close enough. So most of these won't actually do anything, but that's fine. They'll just sit there all clogged up. Unless I maybe do like a halfy sort of thing. I mean, like, I could cut half of these off or something like that there. Was that 176? And it goes back to 160. No, it's not really going to. If anything, it's just there for moral support and helping with belt compression. But yeah, this is a build that I'm much happier with as far as blue science goes. And the one that started this, yellow science, it's also much nicer. So yeah, I like that. I'm not going to touch these. These are basically fine as they are. I mean, same thing could be done here. You know, get like a gear foundry feeding these. I think yeah, gear foundry. Or probably alternate actually. Like you'd have a gear foundry there, or like copper, gear, copper, gear, copper. You know, you just alternate. That would work in this case. And then you would only ever need the molten metal. You would never need to put anything other than the output science packs on the belt. These are optimizations I can do in the future. I don't need to do them now. Alright, so that's should be 115,200. It's about 100. It's 14,600. It is sitting a little low, but it will pick up. And yeah, these are acting as moral support plus actual support, you know, because they're just occasionally injecting the odd pack to fill the belt compression, giving us our full, there it is, 115, 300, 200. It's going to be a little bit of overproduction, but it'll average out if I did it over a larger time. Yeah, so all it needs now is engine production. And you need those production. Who shall we tackle first? Oh, actually, can I? No. I'm just going to leave that, I think. Yeah, as it is. It's fine. It's fine. I also had a reference build for some engines, but I don't know what I did with it. It sort of disappeared. Just a bit of a side note. I have been doing some other design work while just randomly thinking of it. Like I've been slowly filling out my Gleber book, and I actually also. So again, things that I've been doing to avoid doing Nauvis, even just like just prep work that I do, just avoiding it. I actually made an entire make everything just specifically for Gleber. So I was playing around and I found a layout which is actually compatible as far as quality grinding Gleber products goes. So that ends up becoming a thing. Ideally, you would have just below it foundries supplying different materials and circuits and things. I really want to get the auto crafter going, but I've not been able to come up with. It's been like a year I've been thinking about this, but I haven't been able to come up with a design which actually works reliably and scalably. And it's true of pretty much every design I've seen other people come up with as well. They always, request, get stuck, empty themselves out, re-request, just sort of get stuck in a loop, or they double up on work. Not that that's a bad thing, but it's kind of annoying. Anyway, we want engines, and specifically, as far as automation science packs go, we want 70 machines worth, 57,600 going in. What are we at? So 4,400. Because I'm dividing them up into eighths. So this is the true. So it needs 9. What is that? That should be 12 beacons, I think. And let's copy you. Switch it over to engines. I mean, conceivably, I could surround it in foundries as well. Because, like, steel, pipe. It's not the most efficient use, but there's different different sort of theories about it, but my feeling is that at this stage of the game, just the volume of input resources just doesn't matter unless it's stone. So yeah, we could do something like that. So now it's got everything supplied by molten metal, and I do like the idea of it. Again, going by the principles of before. The only downside is it doesn't get really surrounded by beacons. I can hear you saying it already. But what about the beacons? Yeah, it's, what is that, 6 beaconed currently. That's kinda as far as it goes. I mean, you could probably... what's the most pipe? Sort of, I need a bit, if I was to belt something in to get it in a little easier, I would do either of these two and just cast the pipes directly. I kind of wish engines could be casted directly as well. That would have been a nice improvement. Nice little quality of life. Thingy has a mod for that. Lucifer has a mod for that. He made a mod that lets you cast all kinds of things. What's that? That's 8 beacon. Another option is like this. Probably like that. 3. 3. I have a intermediate chest of regular quality. We don't need a max quality for this. I mean, it's going to be like that. One hole. Not that, you shouldn't overbuild it, but at the same time, there's nothing really stopping you. I need to play just Discord message ping. When that goes off in a video and freaks people out. There we go. So that's 12 beaconed. The only problem is it can't really get stuff in nicely and easily and at all possibly. Suppose maybe like that. Want to build a smelter on your second map to go to space earlier? Ends up doing the same big Nauvis base. I mean, given the opportunity, you're always going to go big. Yeah, I think casting that separately. Can I? Here's a thing I could do. So that's the output. There. If I do that, it's going to collide with the thingy. So just bend it around a little bit. And then the steel coming in can quite simply do that. And then we have the casting down below. How wide is that? Is that compatible? I don't think it is. Maybe vertical? Because, I mean, that does split into 2. Maybe... No, I'll keep that position there. Chuck that one. What do you go down to? 9 beacon? And pipe there. And there and there. If I can press the right buttons. That beacon aligns. What about you? No, that beacon... Oops. Beacon aligns as well. Doing that just tucks it in nicely. Yeah, so you're still 9. You reach? No. Yeah, it needs to be where the foundry is to get the 10th one. But there's no room for it. Yeah, there's no room for it to squeeze it in. Astonishingly, that actually lines up. How the hell did that happen? Does that line up? Or was I seeing things? I thought I saw that line up. Or was was I eyeballing the wrong ones? That's the output, and that's the output. Not quite. It's close. It's very close. Like that there. It does beg the question, what happens if I do it this way? What did I say it was? It was 9, so that's 2. How does it stack vertically, actually? Kinda nastily. You're 9. Does this change anything? Or is it still 9? Yeah, it's still 9. Yeah, I could just surround it like that. Grab that. Usually just pull everything in a little bit like that. It makes the molten iron flow up a little nicer. I could space out that, but you'll lose a beacon. Makes it 8 beacon. So what is that? Not you. You. At 9 beacon. 11. So 12 of these. Which is actually technically 6. And now, can I rotate these 90 degrees? That's the other thing that I'm looking at. Can I rotate these 9 around the corner a little bit? Look. For you. I don't think that... it's one tile off. That's actually a bit of a problem. Alright, so that's the max width. Just think about this for a moment. Might need to get creative. I could just say it's the outer perimeter there. I'll pop that aside if this idea doesn't work. So what I'm thinking is that because it's on a chest, you can actually bend it around a corner. And maybe do something like that. Gives opportunity to tuck that in. That's down to 8 beacons though. 9 beacons. So go back to 9 beacons. Ooh. Ooh. Maybe. Well, where is it? There it is. 10 beacons. Where are you at? There. Don't. That's copper. Where was it at? Engines. Engines. There. Bring up to 10 beacons. It's now 10.4. I mean, still 12. Or, well, I suppose I can bring it down to 11. I can do a half build. Bring it up to 11. So it's not a huge improvement, but I'll take any improvement I can get. More faster is always more better. I suppose that does create a mirror symmetry problem, though. Or I could just be extremely wasteful and just chuck another one there. Just all the pipe machines. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, you got 4, 4. Yeah, that's not great. Workable. It's actually not. There's no way, like, I suppose that's 10 tiles. That's also 10 tiles, I suppose. But it's not very easy to what are you? That's 10, yeah. Oh, 11. That's 5 and 6. So, okay, that doesn't work. It's not to say I won't contemplate it. Yeah, basically it's basically the same. And then inputs. Yeah, I don't know how to make that work. Other than maybe belt weave. Because the input steel, yeah, 0.3. So it should be possible to do it on a blue belt. There's going to be a lot of leapfrogging. You go in there. That should work. where's that? Steel plate. You get speed modules because steel productivity. Cosmo, how you doing? Been a while? It has. Alright. There, 2 inserters will max out a half lane. So that's fine. Yeah, we're just figuring this bit out. Was this crown thing on YouTube? Feel like a boomer? Yeah, I don't exactly know what it is. It is a new feature though. I was also a little surprised to see it. I think it's meant to be like your top followers, but I think it also in terms of the live stream, I think it just lies a little bit, and it gives the award to people who it crowns people who show up early. I think. I don't know that for sure, but it feels like it. I'll have to look it up later. Alright, so they're outputting engines. Wonderful. So that's a build that apart from the steel, it's all self-contained. You do get some real interesting builds with space age machines. Well, most of them. I say you do get them. It's basically with the EM plant and the foundry. Those are the only two that really give anything. Put steel on one side, engines on the other. The only thing stopping me doing that is... How would I even do that, actually? Oh, okay. No, I do see a way now. You are right. In fact... It's going to do a little bit of wrangling. You can input there, not output. Then you need to dip down again. Then you got to go there. Then we got to spin you round a little bit. It's got to do a bit of a spin. That's got to do a slightly longer spin. Reach, it does. There we go. Oh. Ooh, big sneeze. Yeah, so now steel's on the outside, gets shoveled into there. It gets deleted. So stupid. Yeah. 300% productivity on steel plate is absurd. Yep, so it goes onto the close side. Then, when it comes time to pull them out, that's annoying. So I've forgotten. I was actually going to put red circuits like that. So that kills the dream there. And then it was going to be engines and steel goes up, just like that. But it doesn't have to be that way. I could pair these up, because these are narrower than the actual build. So they could do that. This actually aligns with that. And, you know, red circuits can come up here instead. Blue science build? Yes. We're headaching out a better blue science build, and we're just working on getting the engines into it. We need to go the other way. And yeah, you know, something like that. Red circuits can come up through here. So one of the design goals was to have central circuit production. And because I can that and that, just really speed boost it. Get rid of you, get rid of you, get rid of you. And get rid of you. I was having a moment there. Okay, that was one. Oh, you actually need 2 red circuit lanes? No, you don't. Player Foundry's too OP. In a vacuum, it's not too bad. There are other things that just feel left behind by how powerful they are. Probably the way I'd frame it. There are things that just get blown away, like the cryo plan is also very powerful, but the game doesn't really make use of it. What was my... Yeah, 0.6 of a belt for a 1. And... yeah, this is 1's worth. So this is 1 worth. This is meant to be 1 worth. Yeah, I do need to have pairs of red circuits. I think. Ah, just shove it in and see what happens. I mean, it needs to be more taller. We'll get there. Foundries below. They do, yeah. The foundries and EM plants really change things up. My only problem is that the biochamber is really left behind. Like, it's incredibly weak for what it is. I mean, it doesn't need power to run, which is an interesting effect. Like, it runs on nutrients instead of power. That means you do need to think about... well, it's not so much that you do need to think about efficiency, it's a good idea to think about it. Because it means you're using less nutrients by applying efficiency through beacons. But it's also weak in the fact that it can only make more biochambers, which kind of makes sense. Devs hate Gleber too. It very much feels like a bit of an afterthought. It was all about... Gleber, for me, the big thing was in the atmosphere and the setting, and that's where all the energy is, and the execution is... I'm trying to think of the right wording. Like, compared to you think of the FFF, which was talking about and introducing Gleber. It had a very detailed narrative that set the scene really nicely. Like, it was really cool. But the execution doesn't live up to the narrative. Like, this is all it can do. And keep in mind, too, that making rocket fuel and oil processing was an afterthought. That came later. It wasn't in the game originally. This thing also didn't have 4 module slots originally, too. And it had a lot of problems, essentially. Yeah, it only had 2 module slots. It had a... Where's the thingy there? A craft speed of 1. It was a sad machine. It's funny actually, because I've finished Gleber. Like I've demolished it. Not really surprising. Oh yeah, I came up with another Gleber science build. This one goes direct into silos. I had this one which had bots delivering to silos, but I got rid of the bots. Volcatus for Goro do seem more planned out. Yeah, you can tell that more was put onto them. So, sort of a similar story with Aquilo. Aquilo was actually planned out, but a lot of stuff, or a few things were cut from it, like the jelly brain enemies, which was an interesting one. Because apparently the jelly enemies were meant to go to your store, like they were neutral, they weren't hostile. Like they'd be on like little icebergs, and they would come over and like take stuff from your storage, and because they'd be like, "Ooh, shiny! I take shiny thing back home," and they'd just grab stuff and take them back home, and just hold on to them, and then you could just go over to their home and liberate your items back. Apparently, it was deemed too annoying because you're already dealing with the heat mechanic. Which is arguably, once you conquer the heat mechanic, Aquilo is just a dead world. There's not really much to it. Like that's all Aquilo is for me. It does some quality. It does the bare minimum production. This starter base actually I don't want to do it, but it needs to be done. The whole thing needs to be compacted down into exactly what it needs. Most of it doesn't need to exist. But like the science is all done. It's finished, and I never need to look at it again. It always launches. Speaking of the cryo plant, once again, I mean it can make a few more things, and you do need it for the captive biter spawner, but you need to pull it back to Nauvis to do that. But it also doesn't really do anything. There's a few products that would be nice if it did. Like it does railguns, and that's it. It'd be nice if it did a few more products. From the oil category. Maybe even ice melting, was it? I think. Where were we there? How's that looking? Sad. But yeah, it Gleber feels unfinished to an extent. When I got to the end of Ulgora, I also felt like it was like, is that it? Just felt a little underdone. Been enjoying Mike Hendricks, 1000X Science Run. He mentioned something interesting about the base defense on Gleber being pretty absurd for the scale of the huge bases. It seems pretty conquered. Yeah, I have not really needed to do Gleber defenses. It is actually a good idea, as aptly demonstrated earlier, when some pentapods decided to move in. That was on Colonel Will's game. The entirety, basically the entire base got stomped on. Oh, we are dropping a lot of frames apparently. Internet's been real wacky today. It's interesting, YouTube side's fine, it's the Twitch side that's having issues. Not the first time that's ever happened. 8. What did we say it was? 10, 11. Seems good on your end? Yeah, the YouTube side's good, it's the Twitch side that's having issues. Can I count? Maybe. That should be 10, yeah, so it's going to be a little short. Thing's just so tall. And you go there. It's just so much taller. I mean, it does match that. Twitch, what a downfall. It is definitely declining. It's interestingly, the way YouTube's going is it might still be viable. But yeah. It's having it's come good again, but it's yeah, it's not been great. I actually looked into the H.264 and 4K stuff that they're doing, but you basically need more upload than what I have to do it. It needs so much upload. In theory, I have 22 megabit upload, but it isn't really able to do that much, like, continuously. It can really only do, if I'm streaming, it can really only do maybe 15, 16 continuously. I'm not quite sure why, because I used to, like, when I first started, I had a 1 megabit upload. I was stuck on a legacy, quote-unquote legacy connection, which was like 1 megabit up, 100 megabit down. And I made ample use of every last kilobit going up. Like, I squeezed that real, like, as far as I could. Okay. Oh, I know why. Yeah, just clear the belts, because they'd switch sides. Does location matter? It does. 'Cause depending on your location, depends on the NBN availability, because there's different classes available. If you're in an area with fiber, you have a lot more options. I can do VDSL or cable, and generally VDSL's bad. But VDSL was never intended to really run on phone lines in the first place. That was more the neckbeardly wishful thinking. What is holding this thing up? Is it just itself? No, you'd... Ah! Okay then. Testing Starlink instead of 5G. I feel like Starlink is one of those things that is only really able to exist because they're able to just pour money into it to force it to exist. And that should the gravy train and rivers, or river of gold, depending on what you choose to describe it, runs out, Starlink will stop being viable. Having said that, 5G isn't without its issues. But 5G, having said that, is a bit of a weird one, because it wasn't really meant to exist for consumers. Like, the reason why it was advertised and, you know, was such a big deal when it first came out was that so providers installing all the equipment could actually recoup their installation costs. Otherwise, there wasn't really any need for it to... Ah. I don't actually need to share at all. Yeah, it's more like the 5G being a big deal was more about recouping installation expense than actually something useful. pull these up there so I can share up top. One thing I've got to watch out for with these is pipe extent. I think Starlink also was beneficial with the New South Wales floods, I think it was. There was one of the floods where people were heavily using Starlink. I think it was the New South Wales ones from, well, I mean, take a pick. Just now, 6 months ago, last year. They've had a lot of floods lately. It's such a dumb thing that I'm about to do, but it makes me feel slightly happier. Yeah, see, if I pick it up, flip it, then put it back down, now the substations are in alignment. Could you not want anything more? We love dumb. I mean, it's things like this is the reason why I never actually get any of this stuff done. You know, and I've been working on this base since, what, September last year? I think I started theory crafting it. Yeah, it would have been September. It was before I started the save properly, though. But at the same time, I wasn't allowed to show you anything of it at the same time. Yeah, this should align with every Kajiga. Just shuffle these out the way. I'll pick them up first. There. Pop. Yes, now it's got one tile gap. I suppose I could couple these together in that case then. It saves 2, but at the same time, it saves 2. Super force build, it's the dream. Can I actually, I don't think yeah, it's one short. Wee burp. Hey, Nightbot's being angry. Spamming cap. I thought I changed. Oh, that instance of Nightbot is configured differently, so I'm going to have to I'll have to check those settings. Yeah, it's got the default like 5 caps triggers it. It's so low. I think I actually did this with a loader too. Wherever it is, there it is. Just temporarily went blind and I couldn't see the loaders. Alright, we want you spewing out red circuits. We want you spewing out red circuits. It would spew out red circuits if I was able to click the button correctly. Yeah, you're allowed 4 capital letters. You're allowed exactly four, up to 4 capital letters, I should say. If I shuffle you down, pop that there. Yeah, you show up there. It's not really a nice way to do it, though. Oh, that does need to exist. There was another... I mean, at the same time, it doesn't matter. There's another design. Oh. Thankfully, that can be flushed out very easily. It's actually really handy too, doing this in the map edit. You know, it can be like pause, and if something goes wrong, you can freeze frame it. Get rid of all that. Undo. Clear it out again. Space Age, rail bus at some point. Love that run. That is still one of my favorites. Have tomorrow off. Next 7 Fridays off. Nice. I mean, at the same time though, just pop a save here. If you want to see what happens, where is it? Yeah, 5 months ago. This is how far behind I am now. I mean, I could still do Railbus. Anyway, it's actually more possible with elevator rails. Oh yeah, I need to check some elevator. One of the elevator blueprints has got like a stray signal in it. Keep forgetting. Hey King, how you doing? Ducks everywhere. Yeah, no, when you do, like, endgame Space Age, if you go into trains, everything does become basically a rail bus. So that's why I was sort of looking for something more monolithic. Yeah, that's just smelting. Rouse is why low-key excited you might do it. So much you can do with it. Yeah, I'm still, as I say, like, this is coming back to the whole thing of the power of foundries, is that furnaces has been left behind. Like, this is all smelting for stone brick. This is just all stone brick smelting. It's ridiculous. It just keeps on going. I mean, with the rail bus, you can do stuff like this. I have been thinking about this sort of thing, though. Just a proper grid of rails. That would be something. Quick design to those directly into train. Yeah, this isn't my design. This is Colonel Will's first playthrough. Yeah, it's direct to train. This is the style I generally don't like doing because it's a little bit sterile. But yeah, this is what is this? 3 million, I think it's up to. Yeah, 3.3 million signs a minute. The raw input's 187,000. So this is where things get pretty serious. This is just tickling the edge. I think it's like 15 and a bit. 14, 15, yeah. It's just barely holding 60. Can you get this save? I lost it. You might need to poke Will for that. This is actually an older save. It's not an up-to-date one. My contribution to this was Gleber. So this is where I first conquered Gleber. Oh yeah, the egg dumping system. Where is it? Down here. Yeah, this was the first big Gleber design that I did. What? Consumes. See, these are a productivity 30, so you don't need to. There's no point doing anymore. That one. So yeah, this is. 128 silos, I think. 160 silos, sorry. Well, Will's goal was 1 million science for that save, and it just keeps going up from there. But yeah, this is my contribution to it, was the Gleba. The problem with the rail bus that I have is that there's no real need to do rail on anywhere other than Nauvis, which is why I came to this. Like, Gleba for science, like just launching science, you know, you actually don't even need that many jelly brains. Each one of these rows goes to like an individual thingy. It needs like 3.4 jelly brains and like 5 smooth brains, and then it's done. And like, there's just no reason for rail to even exist. Having said that, though, I saw it on someone else's base where they were delivering this raw product by train, and that is an idea that I had originally, and I sort of bailed out of it. But I think it was because I tried to do everything on train, and that's why I lost interest in it. So I could deliver everything directly by train using small trains. So there is potential for rail still on Gleba. Trains are not for Megabase. Yeah, that's the thing. King over on Twitch, yeah, we all understand the shortcomings. The other thing too, so this is another annoyance. Oh, there it goes. You see the robot's just kicked into gear. And I have a little status bar, so it's yeah. So it's 160 rockets launching right there. And it actually does it twice. I enjoy this way too much. I do like this is up there. Like, it's not even something that I streamed or recorded, and this is up there with one of my best designs. Or, I mean, it is better. I actually have a better version of it, but it is one of my favorites. Yeah, so that's 320,000 Gleba science going up right now. And now it's landing. The other thing too is, they're probably, it is grinding it, so yeah, it's at 93% spoilage. Some of them might be a bit, yeah, see, some of them are a little bit lower. But the big thing with it is that it, how much is waiting? Oh, it's waiting for another 160,000. And then it should take off. Was that? Oh, yeah, the platform isn't big enough to actually take it in. Yeah. The big thing with this is that as it buffers up, it junks. It continuously crafts the Gleba science, and it just deletes it to keep it fresh. When you got really deep into quality, it's a bit overwhelming. I spent way too much time gambling and wasting early power on ore. Yeah, so the trick with quality is to not really go too crazy with it, and then just grind asteroids. And yeah, it's like, that's your you know, it gives you straight away legendary iron, legendary copper, which then turns into legendary steel, and you can make everything else from there. Don't know if you can hear that. And it's gone. This actually raises the next problem with megabases as it comes down. Part of it is having enough space to actually, like, having enough hatches to accept all this stuff. The second one is being able to actually empty the hub fast enough. You can see there's some bot activity. But yeah, the thing that I was going into with quality is it's worth looking into a platform that grinds asteroids using asteroid reprocessing with quality modules, because as you reprocess, you know, asteroids are free. You're just flying into them anyway, and as you reprocess them, sometimes you get better ones, which you can then feed into greens, and then feed into, I don't know where it is on this platform, into blues, into purples, and then eventually you get legendary ones. Legendary asteroids grind into legendary ore. Legendary ore gets smelted into legendary plate. From that, you can use the legendary carbon and sulfur to make legendary coal. You can also, I don't think this platform does, oh yeah, this platform does do it, legendary calcite. Asteroid meta intentional? I'm not sure. For some reason, it just came out really well, but I don't think it was actually intended. It turns out that there's like a percent, I don't remember the numbers off the top of my head. There was several people have actually done the numbers on it, and for some reason it just comes out better. But yeah, like continuing on with the tangent on this save, like this whole area is volcanous, and as they were taking up and you're getting deeper into legendary and faster builds, it shrank. Vulcanus shrank, and like there's barely a train system now. Like there's one patch for tungsten. It wasn't, and it's going away. Oh, okay, it is actually going away. Like there's trains for tungsten, and that's pretty much it. And then it's direct into tungsten beams, which should go direct into, oh, that's tungsten triangles. Is it here? Yeah, there's the science. Yeah, which then goes to a launch facility. Yeah, there. I believe that's how it's done on this one. Are they going to just disable quality modules in asteroids or in asteroid processing or something? I hadn't actually seen anything about. I'll be keen to see it, and even Thingy is doing the 1,000 sciences relying on space iron. Doesn't seem like intended meta, but it's most efficient. Yeah, doing stuff in space does have its drawbacks. Didn't I make this rail? No. I did my own rail system, but it's going the same way as this on my save. Bulgora, I sort of forced it to happen. I actually did similar to this. Aquilo, I wanted to as well do rail, because you can actually, if I do that, where is it? There. You can set up floating pontoon rail supports. The problem though is that there's no reason for it to exist, because the thing that's ridiculous about this save is that they're still on starter oil. It's still giving plenty. There's some early fluorine, which they're not even using. Yeah, there's the starter fluorine. Still using this one patch of fluorine from the starter Aquilo. They've tapped off more lithium though. Apparently they did use up all the... I wouldn't be surprised if it's still there somewhere. That's the wrong one. No, that's not it. Ah, there it is. No, that's... Oh, it's, I think it's underneath. Is that underneath? Yeah, it's underneath. Yeah, the original lithium patch is actually still there. Yeah, oh yeah, there it is. Yep, lithium brine. Megabasing makes megabasing easy. I have an interesting comparison for you. So this is... No, that one isn't. Is it this one? This one. So this is the 2 red belt megabase, theory crafted as if it was all legendary. So, from what I had before, let me pop into it. There. We don't want to do load and fix. Well, that's loading. Just keep these numbers in mind. It needs 2.7 red science assemblers, 3.2, we'll say 4. We'll say 3 3 reds, 4 greens, 3 militaries, 7 of them, 4 of them, and 4 of them. Half a silo, which isn't actually true. 4 assembly machines for green circuits, which is a little, getting 21 belts out of 4 machines is admittedly a little optimistic. This is without belt stacking too. So this is assuming that I don't load... This is just loading in quality and elevated rails, but not space age into this save. So yeah. All of that would be reduced down to 3 of these, although I'd do 4. All of this would be reduced down to 4 of these. Oh, look, inserter clocking. It's something I haven't done in a little while. What was it? 6 of these? 4 of these? Like, all of this? This used to be big at one point, but yeah, you only need 2 stamps of it. It's silly. Like, all of this is just deleted. There's something like 3 oil refineries as well, I think it was. Somewhere... 1.7, there you go. 1.7 oil refineries. All that struggle busing to make this work. Actually, I can fix this. I can simplify this greatly now because I don't need the trains anymore. I can just pipe it all. 1 lab, yeah. It's so silly. Yeah, I was genuinely considering upgrading this save with quality, but... or at the least elevated rails, but now I don't have any motivation to do it anymore. Because quality will just destroy it. So I have 3 space rails. So I have 2 different styles of rail. The classic one is the 2 space. 2 space being 2 rail gap. And then I have what I call the mainline sections, which is the wide ones. Which is what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And the idea is you can squeeze an extra track in there and an extra track in there. And so you can have 2 sets of turn lanes going out of it. This style of junction isn't the best example of it, because this is a pre-elevated rails junction. But yeah, you got the lane out there and the lane out on the inside. A better example would be not that one. This one. This is what it was intended for. This sort of thing. So yeah, you have the track pull. You can have track pull in on the inside and then dip in. We need a sea of green. The precious, precious green. That is something that I was intending for the actual space age save. It was also surprising how... Oh yeah, I was touching this thing and trying to figure out how to upgrade it. That's the other thing too, is a bit of a tangent. All the combinator changes is... oh yeah. Ah, nice, Phil. Mr. Green Rocket. So for space age, I did want to at least concentrate it. There we are there. So I wanted to concentrate all of the circuits together and not do them dedicated. I keep having to stop myself from doing it. So case in point, there all these belts here. That's stone. That is all these belts here are just for circuits to go into the central circuit production, which is probably going to sit beside it over here. Which means I need unloads over here to send the molten metal in. By the way, there's red circuits. Again, same thing again. It's like a centrally located. I did it subconsciously, and I should be more actively aware of it, what I was doing. But yeah. That's the state of things. Wagon-to-wagon builds are not a thing anymore. I mean, I never really got into that. Scrap recycling. Definitely. I'm on board that one. The scrap train. All aboard the scrap train. This train exists to sort scrap. I love it. It's funny, actually. I realized I had put the scrap on trains, not realizing I could have just belted the scrap in from right there, and it would have legitimately just done the same, had the same effect. So I don't actually need to mine scrap. Again, proving the point that as King was saying, and I was sort of tiptoeing around, is that megabasing or going big doesn't. It excludes trains. You don't want them. So on the topic of legendary quality as well, I snuck this thing in as a bit of an experiment a little while ago. It makes legendary tungsten ore, and I think if the platform's being nerfed, the idea of the legendary platforms being nerfed, I would just switch to this. Just grind legendary ore from a patch manually like this. I might even preemptively do that. Problem is, I was working on a all legendary platform, so it just carries everything, you know, it crafts everything, carries everything. I can probably still do that. I could do it like a direct to silo and launch plate to the quality platform. Because, I mean, at the end of the day, like, I've got assembly machines here. Isn't that what you want from... It's exactly what... I mean, isn't that the kind of thing you would expect from me, is a flying make everything. It's the one thing that I've wanted to do since forever, as a for space age, as a flying make everything. But yeah, this is perfectly viable. This is shockingly efficient. I actually don't even need half of it. It's so crazy. Does it even need to... Yeah, it just goes to one machine here. Admittedly, though, the coal comes from the platform, but I can just do that on Nauvis. Oh, no, I can actually do it here, because it's got coal... I can just do a coal patch here and just legendary coal it. The same with the calcite, legendary calcite. Oh yeah, the legendary calcite, for those that don't know, is what makes the legendary stone, to get the legendary stone brick, which gives you legendary concrete, which in turn gives you legendary refined concrete. For all that stuff that requires refined concrete. So yeah, it gives you legendary stone, which gives you legendary concrete. So you can, you know, directly make legendary reactors, all this jazz. Refined concrete. Was it? No, it was not the landing pad. Well, unless you get legendary EM plants and cryo plants directly, the superconductor sticks is still a bit of a problem. Oh, yep. Will you let me... No, but I can get it from... there. Actually, there. Whoops, I shift entered. Auto mall generator. Okay, I'll it's in Go, of all things. It's Go. I'm distracted by that because Go is something that I've been interested in, but I've not got around to learning properly yet, running. So I'm probably going to look at this in terms of something that I can learn Go with. Go is a very interesting looking language. Because there's some really high, like it's seed-like, but it's very high level, and it has whatchamacalls it? Legendary landfill? Oh yes, very important. It's memory managed. It's garbage collected. Alright, I need to stop getting distracted by Go. By Golang. I'm also interested in embedded Go for micros. But I think the sticking point there, again, squirrel projects. The sticking point there is there's also Zig, but Zig is still super early. On behalf of company name in bracket company name. We want to say thank you for your contribution and commitment over this time. Oh, what's the, speaking of time, oh, we're nearly at the 1.5 hour break point. Alright, so that procrastination has got us at least this far. To the point where we can, set up this for, producing the engines. Like that. So that's a more practical application of what we want. Three, 4, 5, 6. Something like that. Yeah. I'm a little concerned that it's going to be a bit of a long boy, though. Okay, you don't need any of that. Any more of that? I'll leave those on there, because I don't know where the oil and water's going to come from. Oh, I know where the water's coming from. I suppose... I probably don't even need a pump. Oh, no, there's no room for a pump. But yeah, I just realized... I was like... I don't know where I'm going to put it. Where on earth could I put a pump? You know, where on earth could I find some water to, to put a pump down? Because I'm pretty sure, yeah, it's going to be sitting pretty close to some water. Oh. Oh, time to fix this. Right there, 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 and there. Get a lot of for direct insert, which makes up for a lot for the reduced number of beacons when it comes to UPS cost. Yeah, I think part of my problem is I think part of my problem is that I've been still stuck in the old way of thinking, and so I can do more with direct insertion and slower speed that I otherwise wouldn't have been able to do. Yeah, you gotta be like that. There we go. So now that should copy paste correctly. Or at least slightly nicer. Pull this a little... I mean, you could get one tile closer. Yeah, one tile closer. I would like to push it a little bit closer. I can actually do that. If I switch these, like that and that, then I can push it a little closer. Why do you get grumpy? Ah. Try that again. There we go. I could also chop 2 tiles out of there if I was so inclined. Ah, it's flip sides, okay. I was like, why isn't it quite fitting? Yeah. Lamb. And blam. There we go. Nice and compact. Oh, good. Good, good. Circuits are coming up. You notice too, I didn't even need to stack the red circuits. It's just using a loader. Can you stack things? I don't think so. It's Glacier. Ooh, that can go. 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 And that can go. There you go. Just for you. And coming out of this hole should be, ideally, 115,200 blue science a minute. Got 7,800. Why aren't you going? Missing. Oh, yeah, because they're flippy dude. There we go. Bam. Straight away up to 120. Down to 47. Why is that crashing so hard? Missing red circuits. Or is it a case of I do need to stack them? I thought it was working without stacking. Okay. Crude oil demands this level of quality. I think it's actually not too crazy. That's that one. That one. This one. It's only 868,000, which is actually less. The legendary productivity modules in the oil system, in the oil chain, seems to really help. Like I only need 13.1 refineries, which when you think about it is actually kind of insane. And that's not even full beacon too. Like, you just don't need much in the way of oil. I mean, practically speaking, it's going to need more than that because there is a limit to how much the refineries and such can input and output. And you'll actually hit a input-output limit long before that'll actually be able to function properly. Yeah, it's like 50%, 25%, sorry, for legendary productivity. I guess I do need to stack these then. That's what I was approaching. Trying to deal with. It's also kind of insane that you only need 2 stack inserters to compress a turbo belt. A turbo green belt thingy. There. There and there. Right, what do we see now? So it's sitting at 39,000, 40,000 at the minute. There's a countdown on the ad going on, so I want to see this jack up to maximum, and then I can hit the ad break button properly, the 2-minute ad break button. Then I can refill my water. There we go. But I'm happy with... This is a much better design. I'm happy with this design. There you go. See, those two are running nicely. So yeah, this should keep going up, keep going up. Yeah, 150. Yeah, it's topping out about 100. Well, it's 120,000. It'll settle down. Yeah, it's coming back down. It's because it's just filling up thingies. On YouTube supremacy on the ad breaks. I think YouTube normally is supposed to insert ad breaks anyway. But anyway, I'm gonna... We're at our hour and a half. It's time for a quick break. So we shall pause here for a moment. And we shall be back in 2 minutes' time. Don't go too far. Be back shortly. There's no inserter clocking yet. Emphasis yet. Oh, is that the leader-follower thing? The activating the inserter. Still unstable, apparently, too. Hooray! Ad break's done. There we go. YouTube Premium is very convenient. You have YouTube Premium for family, for your friends, all chip in. So, okay. Alright, that's back. Oh, it's apparently it's a different type of clocking. Oh, you're paused. So, instead of doing a global clock, do something like this. So uses the most. I mean, you could do it with a combo. I'm just thinking. Yeah, read contents. But can I... I'm just thinking, can I do it without a combinator, or does it need a combinator? Because, yeah, you can clock... Oh, you don't recommend it? You can clock based on one, and then do like an entire column. So you could just read one machine and then clock all of them. As long as they start up with materials there, well, they should, yeah, they should fall into sync. Yeah, probably better to do one row, admittedly. You want YouTube to fall asleep? Probably horrible, but insanely loud and unspeakable ads are worse. Alright, let's grab you, since you're my new #1 favorite. In fact, the Book of Nauvis, get rid of you. And recapture. And for some reason, when you recapture, it includes tile. Don't know why, but sure, whatever. And again, we'll recapture this right here. Oh yeah, it's fine. I was looking at the beacons up here. Yeah, it's because it's got a little lid. It's actually a half build on top. It's yeah, there'll be another one up here. You can sort of see. There'll be like that. Yeah, so that's that. Okay, I'm just yawning my head off. Just hop saves. I really do want to get this thing going. I mean, admittedly, because I'd like to see it running, and also because I have some other playthrough ideas I want to finally get to. Okay, so thingy greater than or equal to 16. Yeah, then you send a signal. And that's reading 1 per thingy. Oh yeah, W is working. I don't think it defaults to W anymore, interestingly. Okie day. I was looking for 96. That's what I was looking for. And that is 48. Kind of sad. So yeah, that could actually squeeze in like there. So that's half of all of the red circuits needed. Is it output this? No, it outputs back in the same side. I should make it output the other way. 2, 4, 6, 8 though. Oh, it's only 8 belts though. I actually need 18, so I do actually need more. The machine can get stuck, that's why reading W. Yeah. What was it? It was W. Oh, if W is equal to 0. So it outputs the clock signal if it's not working and there's no contents, or if there's at least that much contents. Wait, it's looking for the output. So if it's working and if it's not working and some of its output is there, then it clocks. I'll figure it out later. Alright, so these are the old ones. And then, oop, not you, you. Utilities, I want to see what this looks like. It's similar in height, it's still huge. It's gonna have to sit up like that. But that's fine. I think I need to figure out circuits next. So, because like as I say, I want to tuck all the circuits in there. Hopefully it's not too far from its supplies. It will be in the way of trains though. I mean, I was going to eliminate the roll through. I did say so. Trains are going to come in and out the bottom, which they can do now with. They can go out by going up and over the input. Having the reverse back out isn't the best. A roll-on, roll-off is always a better station. Yeah, for some reason I kept in my head I kept seeing it backwards. It was like it's trying to tell it to go if it can't go. Wasn't computing correctly. Now is this thing actually built? I really need to just lay some roboports over all this, and let it, and then maybe let the supply train deal with it. Oop. Oh, that was my my bots. They were already having struggles. Oh. Yeah, just by getting rid of some trash, that actually clears out the inventory. Nauvis would be that. Is a green circuit build. I need to think about this. Go to music. Currently, I've been just going on to Pretzel. What is this? In general, it's Can I? Hang on. Let me stop the thing beeping. There we go. In general, it's a bit all over the place. I can't nail it down to any one thing. I am a bit of a Triple J-er, but I'm not that hardcore into it. Into listening to them can be a bit, which is I'm trying to think of the equivalent for Triple J. It's not it's like it's not commercial, but it's not like hardcore. It's kind of like it's our equivalent of alternative, because I know alternative in like the US in particular, it means something specific. It's where they would have their outlet, but it's but yeah, it's a bit all over the place. For streams, it's basically anything that's just non-singing and isn't like I have a few things that I don't want, don't like. It's more like things that I have on the don't playlist, and I'm trying to think of things that I actually do put on. It's usually anything which would probably best be described as palatable, which usually means your generic EDM or that sort of electronica music. I think that synthwave playlist has been done to death. The one that I used to have. What is... Oh, you're being struck by lightning. Oh, they're still doing the legendary upgrade. Legendary accumulator. Yeah, 1.2 terajoules. So that is enough for powering this science. So yeah, again, this is the rail network that barely needs to exist. I only really put it in just because I didn't really want to deal with all of the shuffling stuff around. Speed metal instrumentals. I try not to pick things that are too intense either. that become it's kind of like elevator music. It's something that's meant to exist to fill a void, but not be too much of a draw on its own. Now, what do we need? We needed 37 of those, of which 6 go to red circuits and 6 go to blue circuits. None go to inserters. Metal isn't exactly streamed. Yeah, there was so this is Pretzel is currently set to what is it set to? Industrial at the minute. For something, I usually just pick something at random if I think it'll be alright. So like I'll put it on chill EDM if it's available. I'll always put it on synthwave if I can. I thought I'd give industrial a go. I mean, they're different because it's not a full account. Like I don't. It's actually quite expensive now. Actually, scrolling through the list, how about I list the things that I wouldn't play? So, anything like hip hoppy, I wouldn't do. I just saw Afro beats that I'd count that as hip hop, although it technically isn't. Blues, wouldn't do. We have done guitars before. Chill jazz we've done before. Piano we've done before. Classical we did on Monday. Electro swing, that's fun. Disco can be a bit, yeah, definitely not country. Folk music, no. Yeah, there's hip hop, no. Indie category can be a bit all over the place. Lo-fi is a no. Latin pop, no, we don't need. What's that beat called? That particular drum beat that like every stereotypical Latin sound has. I assume that's what it is, Latin pop. Reggaeton, that might be it. Not salsa. It's I can sort of picture it, but I can't. Unfortunately, I can't play it. Reggae is a maybe. Rock is a maybe. Techno is probably a no, just because it's. I mean, I wouldn't mind it, but I mean, there's always room for someone like Moby, if I was allowed to play it. But it's usually a bit heavy for a background music. Upbeat dance, no, it's too up. VHS isn't a real category. Chiptune, no, I don't like chiptunes, amazingly. I've always had a bit of a thing for a problem with chiptunes. Love Moby. I was reminded of him because I saw one of the songs I hadn't seen in forever. Which is, I'm drawing a blank on as to what it was. What was it? Lift Me Up. Yeah, Lift Me Up. It was a song that I hadn't heard in forever. I don't even think it went round much. Bit of a banger. But I don't think it really went that far when it came out. Now I've completely blanked out as to what I was doing. Movie Heat. Ah. Heat. Probably Body Rock. Let's see now. 2, 4, 6, 8. And this only needed 6. So I could just overproduce. I could overproduce slightly. Big music. It's all good. This is what it's really about. Is for me, streams are more about the distraction. These sort of conversational distractions than actually what's going on. I mean, sometimes it is handy to really be focused, but it's more of a a contained video thing, whereas the stream is a bit more freeform. Which, speaking of, I do need to upload these. Having said that, though, I've had several of these recorded. I was collating them on the weekend, and several of them have been corrupted. Across this and Captain of Industry, there's like 5 that can't play because there's some kind of corruption going on with them, and I don't know where it's come from or how it's happened. Because normally I'm on top of that and make sure it doesn't happen. Squirrels. The funny thing is that when the LAN was on, as I literally did that, as I saw a squirrel and started chasing it. Developing science ratios is prime real estate for music talk. It's prime real estate for a lot of distractions. What's that? That's the furnaces. I need to clean out my blueprint book again. Look at it. I'm starting to get the warning. I'm actually shockingly good at avoiding the big warnings. That's the one that I want. That I've immediately lost again. Where the hell to go? Not those. Oh, it's further down. What are you? Oh, that's military. Oh, we need that. That one? That one. Yeah, so this is green circuits. Turn bots off for the moment. Ghost it down so I can look at it. More organized Factorio player blue. I've been making serious strides in cleaning this crap up. So, when I was at the LAN, V was on our team, and he brought in his stuff inside a single book, which is this book here, because I yeeted it. Because I wanted to see what was in here that was useful, and also I didn't want to manually spend time setting the book up instead of actually playing the game. But I've started doing the same thing. I mean, it's still a mess, but I've been working on setting up things that I want out of this. Yeah. The belt upgrader, yep. But my big book of destruction is the big one. So yeah, I'm trying to make this book contain everything that I need. The only thing that isn't contained within it is like the public blueprints. So like the train stop stuff. I think that's basically done. The narrow gauge test. That's you know what, that can go. That's a failure, that one. I can bring that up there. So yeah, all the rail blueprints are up here. That's... I don't remember what that is. The 1.1 controller. I mean, some of these are older than time itself. Like, that's like 2017 spec stuff. Made updates to your space platforms. Used those designs for a while. Yes, I haven't uploaded them though. So the Aquilo has efficient. So all of these are being retired. So the basic Aquilo has been retired. All of these are done. Like they're all junked. I was actually happy with this one. This one was pretty good. But I made a new starter one. That's this one here. Way simpler. It definitely benefits from upgraded solar panels, but otherwise it's a lot simpler for an early platform. And I've hung on to that one. I need to update this one as well. Yeah, the minimum Aquilo was also way simpler. I managed to crush that right down. What do you use for calcite hauling? I think, do I have that one? That's the calcite hauler. Hopefully it holds the orders. Yeah, there's the Aquilo safe. Can you add more engines? Yeah, you could add a second one. I think it runs into crafting issues if you add a third one though. But you could probably fix that by... So this is all base quality, so if you added better quality chemical plants, it should be better. It should support more stuff. Well, for both of them, really. I think that one also runs at like 50%, 40%. And yeah, and then there's a legendary, this thing. I think I know what the real question is, and the answer is this. So, you know, we go ground to elevated, and so it's just all elevated. It's a little wasteful on supports, but I do have a long boy here to deal with that, because it's less supports. That is 12 supports, whereas the equivalent is... What is that? That is 1, 2, 3's worth. 4's worth. It's like twice as many supports as what's needed. Yeah, it's 4's worth, so it would be 16 instead of... Or it's 12 instead of 16. Dialing those rail design. Yeah, I actually had been designing these since before Space Age came out. I was doing this back in September. All of this stuff. This took some doing. Figuring out all the new geometries was a thing. That was a chore. Yeah, you can finally have the cross junction. I think it's this one or the elevated one that has issues. Yeah, I think there's like a stray signal down in there somewhere. It's meant to be attached to the rail underneath, but it didn't attach. And it was hidden, so I couldn't see it. Yeah, I've technically got it for free, but didn't actually get it for free. Because the trip wasn't free. Most expensive Space Age ever. Some people complain about it being, what, 40 bucks, Factorio being 40 bucks, and the Space Age being, what was it, like 45 or something on Steam? Yeah, I paid a little bit more than that, technically. I mean, the food was free. That was nice. They Hate Rail Foundation. You see it? Yeah, it hides well. Where is it? This thing I was looking for. Oh yeah, I haven't even made use of this. Squeezing those dollars out. Yeah, they wouldn't pay for flights, but they were paying for the food and everything, and they got real nice catering. Yeah, I do actually have some T junctions for the mainline segments at least. I just haven't. There's just no need to make use of that stuff. Okay, rambling aside, ramble time is over. Now, if I remember, yeah. So each one of these is 2 belts worth. That comes out of this thing. So that's 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 24, 36, 48. Where was it? Did you fly? I went to Prague, so it was in their hometown, which I'm all about because I would go to Prague. I wouldn't go to the US. If it was in the US, I wouldn't go. I wouldn't have gone. The 1 million party? Oh, they did a party for that as well. Oh, that's right, yeah. But I think that was not as widely publicized. Like, they didn't put out as much. Anyway, so 37, yeah. It was muted? Oh, did I miss something? I mean, I'm getting a lot of... So, you know how Twitch keeps doing all kinds of things? I'm seeing, you know, lots of welcome to chat rooms. The Discord, alrighty. Yeah, there it is. Yeah, I just haven't gone round to fixing it. I keep, as I say, I keep forgetting. It's an even US. It's just an even longer flight, and I don't want to deal with the immigration stuff. I mean, even political commentary about relevant political commentary aside, it's always been a massive chore to get to the US. Still found random Factorio players in the city centre. England's kind of like that as well. You sort of go through an inquisition to go there. So yeah, that's green circuits, I think. So I need a constant combinator to I need some notes. The green circuits has 48. Red circuits. This is where I need the spreadsheet that I used to make. This is where the spreadsheet comes into play. I mean, I could just put a giant ass balancer on it, but I really shouldn't. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So you need 8 belts. I mean, it could splitter. I think I am actually splittering it. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1. No, 1, 2, 3. Oh, it's only 4 belts. Yeah. Like even 10 years ago, it was not fun getting into the US. Understand it's a 24-hour trip from Melbourne to the East Coast. Yeah, it's a long trip. It's even worse than getting to Europe. I think it's outside of a long haul, it's 2 14 to 16-hour legs. Like Prague was 14 hours to Dubai and then 8 hours to Prague. And to like the US, you basically got to do the same thing. Like go to No, you got to go via China, I think. I think you got to go via I say China, Hong Kong usually. Yeah, Hong Kong or Beijing. I'd have to look it up again. It's not fun. I managed to find a flight, both up and back, which got the total airtime down to 24 hours from like 32 to 36 hours on to Prague. It wasn't the cheapest. I did pay extra for the privilege, but I think it was worth it. All right, so I was starting to do that, and then I realized I should add a via tags. So yeah, I should have made the spreadsheet. What is it? 2, 4. Then let's see now. Red circuits into U is 8. Like that. I'll just switch these over. Oops, that's the wrong one. And there. So didn't regret I didn't study abroad in Oz when you had the chance. It's one of our exports is one of our main exports is education. It's like a building in Sydney that houses like 160 something virtual universities. Trips to Europe suck. They do for Exterminator. Exterminator also went to the LAN, but he had a connection in Frankfurt, and his plane was delayed taking off, and then there were other delays, and there were delays landing, so he didn't make the connection. And yeah, it was a big disaster. You can go direct from Melbourne to LA. Oh. Oh yeah, there's some new long haul stuff. So the other thing these need to go to is blue circuits. That. I'm not sure how much though. By the numbers, it's 6. But yeah, that's a whole thing. I think what I should do is deal with thingies. Qantas. Oh, yeah, well, I wouldn't do that. It's actually surprising how many direct flights there are. When I was doing the work trips last year, there was the option of taking a plane. There was a plane from just the middle of nowhere, Queensland, to Melbourne, direct. It's just such a random plane to have, and it was just sitting there, and it was like basically no one's on it, and it's like, well, you can take it, but it's going to cost you $1,200. Basically, fly to India for that price. Still looking how I'm going this year to the Speedrunners event. Think a transfer in Frankfurt. A Speedrunners event? I didn't know there was one. I suppose I'm not really in the speedrunning world anymore for Factorio. Being able to walk inside a Concorde plane and see a Tiger 2 tank in person is amazing. Ooh, a Concorde. Hello there, Monsieur Takabear. Right, so we want le processing unit. Now, because of processing unit productivity, we pop speed modules in you, which is very convenient because it means you get super duper speedy, which we should adjust for in here. There we go. Playing a month-long trip, pretty much. Would mostly be touring France, Low Countries, and Germany. I did have a go at it for a while. The problem is for me is that once I get like the name on the board, it's I kind of quickly lose interest. Now, can you cover 5? No. Still only 12. This year in Dresden, last year Vienna, and before that Hamburg. Oh yeah, because okay, it's the community specific. Alrighty. How insane is this going to be? I'm expecting 3. Is my prediction for how many inserters I'm going to need to insert the green circuits. Why am I direct inserting green circuits? Because I'm actively choosing to, in case anyone's wondering. Or green rocket ship must live on. Well, I guess you get your own thingy then. In circuits. Blues. No, that's what we're making. Oh. Well, I really balls that up. Fine. That's what the decon plan is for. Just undo it. I could probably actually just stack these together in a line. I don't even need the full beacon. acid. And done. You to you. Remove. Yeah. Stop jumping around. There. It was at 0, so it's now 2,700. And what do we need? 38,400. Yep, struggling on greens. That's one belt of greens just going in there. That means I probably only need that. Oh no, I need 3. Going out to the Aussie World War One. Forgive, but what the Veterans Day equivalent they have for Australia for World War One? Anzac Day for Australia and New Zealand. No. Just thinking. Yeah, it'll just always be slightly short. Yeah, as I say, I could probably just get rid of that. And then do the twisty turny. Then I just need to feed these belts in. Doing direct insert. Oh yeah. I'm just actively choosing to do it for circuits for posterity. In remembrance of the old map. There's just no there's no reason to do it this way. In a normal playthrough. Really just throwing UPS away. But as I say, like I'm committed to the meme. Probably better to rotate it sideways like that. No, that still doesn't work. I mean, one part works. That. Which I am keen on. Something like that. Yeah, trouble is I can't output, which I realized before as I was assembling. I was like, oh, I removed the way to output. It's for the rocket ship, the green rocket ship. How many EM plans of green circuits will be needed to feed that? So each lane is one green circuit, which is why belting it is so stupid, because you can just make it make it and insert it directly. It's just that it would kill. Oh, actually, how many is it? How does it affect it? It's 40 belts. Well, mine is 6, 7, so it's 30 belts of green circuits. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking, is I could make it go with the red belt. And do a bit of belt weaving or something. There's plenty of room. 30 green belts, and... oh, it does take 13. what does red take? Yeah, the problem is that most of the reason for greens to exist is it goes into reds and blues. Did I say that was 5.4? No, it's 13.5. Oh, it's in the other save. This actually, no, I don't think it does work. Unless I like push that out again to reset the alignment. It does give me room to sort of like output like that. I could space each one individually. Faster inserters. Oh, hail the fast inserter. I can do something like that. Just force that to be functional. It doesn't rate as my most favorite way of doing it. But, I mean, as I say, like, the whole idea of this thing is kind of stupid. Oh yeah, and these need to slide over. And be doubled. And that needs to be fed in. Why not make greens on-site direct insert? Because I'm doing it this way purely to make a green belts of green circuits. Because yeah, as I say, like I can actually directly couple this to a green. Like I can have one belt of green circuits directly feeding into it, like this. I can just do that. That's how I would do it if I wasn't doing it, wasn't being silly. It'd be interesting to see what the UPS penalty is for it. 7,200. That's the only thing though, is it's gonna back up a little bit. Yeah, you can only really do 3 per lane. Oh yeah, that's wandered off a little bit there. Kind of crazy how little red circus you need for blues. Right, so 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Oh yeah, you need this now. So that should be making 14,400. It is. Yep. And our target is 38,400, which is Oh, that's 3 belts worth. I was going to say it's 2 belts worth, but it's 3. Melarith, how you doing? Yeah, each one of these green belts is a potential for a direct machine. Things I do. The memes. That should just be 88 beacons. Which it is. I could just do that there. This is also why being a bit slow. Just intentionally forcing myself to do circuits this way. It's a little unnatural, I think is the best way to describe it. It's not the way it should be. It's just absurd it is. So that's 28,000. We just need one more really. I mean it's 2.7 but meh. Quality is awesome. Quality is great. Using speed, so because of processing unit productivity, when it hits 300%, you don't need productivity modules anymore. So this is this save isn't actually at 300% yet, but it's pretty close to. So yeah, you see it's at 280% productivity. If I do, I could actually do it with like a blue one. And it should say 300% limit. 296. No, it's not quite there yet. Yeah, 299. Yeah. So once this gets to level 30, then productivity modules aren't needed anymore. It's the same with silos, which is amazing. Silos having productivity... Where's it? We'll just go to Gleber. Yeah, these are at 220%. So, speed. Imagine having this kind of productivity with the old rocket control units. That'd be so wild. Nicotine. So the thing about nicotine and tax in Australia. Oh, that's actually eating the belt. Okay, I guess you do need a second belt then. Yeah, there's a whole thing about that with nicotine tax and here. But yeah, and then I need a third one and then it's done. Does blue circuits go into anything else or is it pure? I think it's purely into science, yeah. I mean, realistically, I need 8 belts worth, or 8 half belts worth. I could be a little bit crafty with it. Is design supposed to be design? Yes. Did I spell it wrong? Yes, I did. There. It's more an exercise in seeing if anyone actually reads titles. Most people don't. As it turns, I say as it turns out, there's a whole bunch of things on Twitch which are known to never actually be looked at. Now, I did it on the other computer, and it has a wireless keyboard which likes to lose letters when I type them. But anyway, thank you for the proofreading. Yeah, so we're just doing a bit of Nauvis design at the minute. I need to preface this, is that this is not how you would do blue circuits in a normal playthrough. Just to preface this in case it hasn't been caught already. Normally you should do a green one right next to it. Like that. And there will be no reason for this silliness to exist. But because of something that I did many years ago, I'm making a concession. Now, what I should do... Oh, it's not that. Yeah, send everything on half lane there. Oh, you feed that one as well. Oh no, that's fine. Yeah, floop that round. And you output the other way. When it's done properly. Don't know if that sort of swing speed's fast enough. Yeah, I mean, could be a little faster. No classic Twitch emotes? Yeah, it's just a sad thing with YouTube. No emotes. Alright, so that's 4. I could just do it the lazy way and just do 2 more and then that's it. And then it's done. I might just do that. It's the limit of my enthusiasm for this. Dear. I'll put it in the book of Nauvis. It's not a clean build, but it's good enough. Yeah, we're in the editor at the minute as well, not in the actual save. So let's hop back to the actual save. And this will then tell me what I need for the rest of circuits. So you need 4. That everything. So Copernicus. Oh, I didn't account for Copernicus's. I have overproduction for the belts. Yeah, it's like 2 point some 2.2, 2.3, I think it was. So if I do it like that, what is it? Oh no, it's okay. Maybe it is only 2. No, it's more because the green can't shovel fast enough. It's green limited. So this is saying, oh, where the hell did it go? Back here, 1.4, but it needs like 2 belts of green circuits, and I'm starving it at 1. I suppose I could up it to 2 if I actually fed it enough. You make a good point, actually. So taking this design and then extending it. Delete that. Get rid of you, get rid of you. Get rid of that. And it should come up as, yeah, it says gappy because it doesn't have enough belts. I could do directs. Yeah. Yeah. I sigh slowly. I don't know if you can tell, it does actually kill me to be doing it this way. I know it's not the best. It's hurting. Looking for a full green belt of blue chips out of this build for rockets? No. So I'm looking for 8 half belts to feed into, well, close enough to half belts for yellow signs, utility signs. The 14,400 is equivalent to thingy, so it only needs 2 per thingy. It doesn't actually even need that much. But it does need 1.7 going in, so it does need at least 2 belts. I suppose that works for 2 machines. Question asked, why do it this way? Concessions? Because of... Hopping back to this save again. Because of this. It's in memorandum of a very old build that I did. So this is something I did in 2017, 2018. So this is green circuits. It used to look like a rocket ship, it doesn't anymore, but it's 56 lanes of green circuits. Then goes out into a, well, it goes into a 64 lane balancer because it takes like 62 lanes or something. You know, it goes out, gets turned into red circuits, there. And then most of this goes out and then up, and up and up and up into blue circuits. To a lesser extent, speed modules. Purple is the stone hungry? Yeah, purple's the stone hungry one. So it's in memory of this build. Which used to look like a rocket ship, but doesn't anymore. It's the green circuit rocket ship. It's kind of astonishing that this is only 3,600 science a minute. There you go. 2 red belt. 2 red belts of science packs. The reason it's significant is this was the first thing that I did. It was the original base. Well, it was actually 1 red belt. But yeah, and then I doubled it to 2 red belts for version 16. Was it 16? I think it was 16. I don't remember. Yeah, it was... This was... For the time it was done, it was big. It wasn't the biggest, but it was up there. I think there was a few pushing... like, there was a few really crazy ones. I think there was a arrow in my gluteus maximus. I might be thinking of a later one, which was pushing like 8,000 or 6,000 science a minute. Overextending. Yeah, it's the flamethrower wall. This thing. 800 out of 320. 822 out of 256. Yeah, it used to be shorter. No, it was 250. But that doesn't matter. We're not playing this save. But yeah, it's in memory of this thing. That's why we're doing it. Now, back to the point at hand. The thought that came to my mind was, instead of testing it there, how about I test it here? I can only do that between worlds. I can't do it here. There, like that. Nope, not you. Not you. You. No, you. I thought I deleted you. Get out of here. Finger alignment issue going on the keyboard. So we get rid of that. Like that. Bring you over here. Grab you. You. Very curious your thought on which planet to do core science on. Seeing some YouTubers as plant and volcaners and heavy into coal. I've seen a lot of comments say Volcanus is a bit of a bait. I mean, you have to do the actual research on Nauvis because of the biolabs. Gleba can do some potentially, but it can't do stone. It could do red-green. Fulgora is just bad at all of them. Aquilo can't do any of them without like a platform in space just dropping material down. You know, ice, calcite, whatever. Will heat gun make plastic holes more pliable so you can modify the diameter slightly? Yes. I mean, admittedly, with the weather you got, you just lay it out, leave it out in the sun. That's the classic thing with hoses here. Is if you want to do something with it, just lay it out, lay it out in the sun for 20 minutes. It'll be roasting hot and very flexible. Yeah, Vulcanus or Gleber for Vulcanus maybe for purple. Although again, apparently that is a trick, and you don't want to do it. The only reason to really do it on Vulcanus is just convenient calcite access. Nauvis still easy when you have the Vulcanus miner and the foundry. Yes, 100%. Vulcanus seems like a coal leader. One thing to remember with or at least if you're going to megabasing, is that as mining productivity goes up, patches basically become infinite. And even more so in this because of the drain. But yeah, it is a coal leader. This thing has a drain of 50% that then goes down to 8%, which means it basically for every cycle ore it mines, minus productivity, not counting productivity, it actually drains 8% of it. So, you know, you have whatever productivity the bonus is at for my mining. Yeah, I'm at 3,000% productivity on the main save. And so, yeah, so you got 3,000% productivity, and then 8% drain out of 100, thingy. Yeah, it's it doesn't touch. It's disappointed how trivial. Yeah, I think I've been doing too many numbers. I think I'm also been just over the years. I noticed that I've been just slowly losing the ability to do numbers. Like I was able to really just grind numbers in spreadsheets really easily, and I just have a real hard time now. All right, let's inject that. I actually only want 2 of them loading. Actually loading. Might need to delete and restamp. Won't tell your employer. Oh, I'm putting on the wrong side. Yeah, I have a feeling I only actually need 2. Because it only need 1.7. So I'm feeding 2 green belts in, so it should balance out. And yeah, it backs up. The funny thing is that I don't do TikTok or anything like that too. That's what's strange. Like, I'm not a brain rotter. AI taking over the brain. Maybe that is what's happening. Oh, that's why. Actually, 2 belts worth. Dare I gasp, use a splitter. billion years ago, it was something that was talked about, like Google and all. The idea of Googling or just internet searching for stuff decreases your mental abilities. And like being able to just look things up instead of knowing them. Playing Factorio for a generation? Probably. Looks like it's keeping up. Going to curious for real Megabase. Is calcite demand super high? Over like what you normally haul in a normal... it's pretty... It's not too crazy. Yeah, the calcite drain isn't anything too crazy. Like, you do need to think about the logistics, but yeah, it's nothing too out of control. Yeah, that's backed up. Don't know half the commands you use. Don't know how to find them. It's like that with all the software stuff now that I do. Is that I just look everything up. I never I don't remember how to do half the things I do anymore. Like this is the other battle too. Is that this should be just coupled onto here, but there's no need to. Yeah. So just two of them on their own is fine. Another reason you posted this is the founders are OP, so cheap. Yeah. I mean, I do have... What's the Oh, this thing actually also collects calcite in space. But the problem is the storage isn't very good. But yeah, it just drops on planets. Why is it only 4? Oh yeah, that's right. It doesn't have the middle one because to slow it down because it didn't have the laser damage at the time. So yeah, this thing, it isn't actually a calcite hauler, it's a calcite collector and generator. So I'm actually just getting calcite from space, not Vulcanus. But that's one of the things I need to do is convert Vulcanus to a calcite launcher. Because in the Megabase stage, like in a normal playthrough, a calcite collector's fine. But eventually, you know, grinding and all that is not great for UPS, so I need to switch to a calcite carrier. $100k kilometers a second to farm that quality carbon. True. Alright, so we know this needs to... and so on and so forth. Alright then. Take this back up here. Hang on. It's difficult to do, but I could actually feed one machine to one thingy. One row. Oh, it doesn't work. Damn it. It's just, like, you can't make this work. There's no reason for it to exist. Like, every way you spin it, it just defies logic as to why it should exist. What did I say it was for... I think it was 4. So... spin more, yes. I'm just giving it a bit of you know, it's a spin cycle after washing. I'm just having a bit of a thinky moment. Because it's reduced down to this, I could potentially simplify it. Maybe. Possibly. You can need faster belts. Tungsten belts. Oh boy, tungsten belts are wild. Some of these things, when you see them, it just sort of defies belief that they actually exist in the game. They're just so broken. Admittedly, it was kind of the point, was that just to have broken endgame stuff. Like that. Or more, yeah, stack up to 8. That's the interesting thing. Like, this is what is it? 60 a second, so 3600 a minute. 14,400 with full stacking. How many nuclear plants do you have on Nauvis? Or is it? It is nuclear. It is 3 tiles worth. I actually made a new nuclear stamp for this. It's equivalent to the old one. It is legendary though, because I can. Because I had the materials. So it's not... Nauvis isn't using fusion, even though I've had the ability to put it there forever. I think it can do... what can it do? Yeah, there it is. Well, the base quality one can do 1 gigawatt, so whatever... what is it? 112 by 25 is. Get it, you're rich. Just flashing the cash again. Why am I not... 2,800? Tungsten, turbo tungsten. Now, bam, kabam. Like a zam. Oh wait, it was meant to be 2. Oh, it is faster though. There's no reason for it to be faster, but it's faster. I can't make use of that fastering. $2,800. Oh, 2 gigawatts. Oh yeah. I'd already blanked out on that. Oh dear. Squirrel much. Yeah, if I could feed more green circuits into it, it would be even faster, but there's no point again, feeding green circuits into it. So 8 of these. Shrink it down a little bit, get rid of you. Pop you there. Like that. Move you out the way. Again, not that there's any reason for that to exist anymore, because it's out of date. 3 and 4. Right, can you handle all of that? Apparently, yes. So I'll do something like that. 960 items a second. Yeah, and 57,600 is four fully stacked tungsten belts. The goal for this playthrough is 115,200 science a minute, which is 8 tungsten belts. It's funny because it's actually turbo belts, but they used to be called tungsten belts. If I go to you, I know, just because it annoys people, some people, not you. There. Yeah. Interstellar Science Pack. Because it used to exist. Doesn't anymore. It's got all the science packs in there, including the ones that were removed from the... or not removed, but renamed. No, it was this one which had the planet that doesn't exist anymore. Imagine that as a belt upgrade. That would be crazy. That is... So it's 14,401 belts, which it is currently, up to 56,000. So compressing 4 belts down into 1 is even more crazy than what it is now. Because even now, red belt goes so much further early game as soon as you get belt stacking. So that's 77,000, which is way more than what's needed. Considering it only needs that much. I mean, I imagine that's because that's running there. And that's running down here. $44,000. That sounds more yeah, 38.44, close enough. I think your biggest issue will be filling and removing items from the belt. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, this whole concept has a lot of issues. And 4? Oh, we're 1 tile away. Let's bring it closer together. Like that. As we're talking about recyclers, or... Oh yeah, recyclers or mining drills with full productivity. Alright, let's complete the build. That. Oh, I guess I'll put another one down. For another 8. Straight up to 44,000. Did I do full go recycling? By trains. Quite literally. The scrap comes in on trains. Each wagon unloads into a recycler with, what is it, 3 beacon, I think? 3 beacon. Which then unloads into it sends the scrap into a train. Which then gets further processed. The steel and concrete gets sent into this assembly machine, which flips between steel chests and refined concrete to turn it into to sort of condense them down, which then gets recycled and fed back into here, which is why these slots are reserved. And yeah, and then beyond that, anything, whenever there's a stack's worth of grabbing stuff, then these inserters are fired off. So yeah, it's done by train. Case in point, that one's backed up with holmium. Or at least something. No. It will be holmium that's backed up on. Like that there. There we go. At some point it should hopefully empty out. That one's stopped now. I mean, I'm not really in the mood for diagnosing these things. I'm pretty sure this is an older version of the build, and that's why it's having issues. Yeah, so it picks off what it wants, puts it on a train, and if it doesn't fit on a train, it just gets deleted. Except for holmium. So yeah, each of these lets the stuff pass into the train loader or back down to send it through. How are we using stack inserters with multiple items without it getting stuck? That's what the circuit's for. See how this thing's going absolutely mental? So it's monitoring what's inside the... Because I'm using a train, I can read its contents here. Again, going insane. And then we go into here, and for every item, when it's greater than 16, then we send an output to it, which then fires the inserter. So it won't grab partial stacks, it'll always grab a full stack. And because the game is deterministic, when there's 16 of something, there's no like 8 for one, 8 for the other, or 4 for one, 6 for another, 2 for another. Like one will just... When the game evaluates it, the one inserter will see the 16, grab all 16, and then it'll no longer be valid. I could raise it even higher. I think I did make it higher in the eventual one. But yeah, there is an exclusion list as well, what's in green, so as long as it isn't on the green list, then it will grab it. So yeah. That's the only difference between this and the Rocket Silo version, because the Rocket Silo version, also the Rocket Silo version, can't take processing units. You've got to deal with that separately. And I wanted to do them all together. If I was to do this again, I would get rid of the scrap trains, because there's a patch like right here and right here to feed it. I don't need trains. Don't have problems with quality. Yes. And I also don't have quality modules. Because screw Factorio quality. That's a nightmare I don't want to deal with. Well, you can't even do Factorio quality. There's no point. Because... where is it? The holmium plate can't be qualitied. Oh, it's not here. It's over here. That's why. Yeah, you cannot set quality on this thing. There, see, it goes out. Because you can't quality fluids. So you have to recycle grind the plate to get quality plate. What is the assembler doing? It's turning steel and concrete into steel chests and refined concrete, which then gets recycled. So it deletes, by turning it into a chest or refined concrete, means that you're potentially deleting more of it at once, because this only lets back 25%. So because the chest is 8 steel, you're only getting 25% of each of the original 8 steel back. So yeah, it's more effective. I'm pretty sure the refined concrete doesn't actually do anything though. I mean, I suppose with refined concrete, it's not so much that it... Oh, no. It's not about the items for the refined concrete. It's not refined concrete, hazard concrete, sorry. Not refined concrete. If you delete the concrete, it turns into iron ore and brick and sticks. Whereas if you turn it hazard concrete, it goes back into concrete. So it's just less items to deal with. I always forget that. It was actually a recommendation for me to do that. I didn't pick up on that one originally. I was just brute forcing it. Me are smart. Like that. At not noticing things. Alright, so that's blue circuits. That's complete blue circuits. The funny thing is, in the modern playthrough, the local make everything is more than capable with the foundries and EM plants to do all this on the go. Won't this back up? It'll back up on Holmium, but it seems to always unjam itself. Because it's only used for science, so it'll always go into science. I haven't had it back up yet. Saves on 50%. Yeah, it actually saves on a lot. You were... Oops. 2. We got it down to. So 8. Yeah, I didn't account for that, which is so... 1, 2, 3, 4. So it's 8 belts here. So we're 16, 18 belts. And what are we compared to this? 18. Yeah, 18 and 18. Because we do send red circuits into everything. We don't direct insert reds. I think long term in this playthrough, if I was to do this playthrough, like take it any further, I would redo this. This is not great. It could be better. Yeah, I could EM plant the modules directly, or the circuits into the modules directly, and the red circuits into that. Heading out. Have a good stream the rest of the week. Hope we can catch you again live soon. We'll be on again tomorrow at the same time. So if you're free, we'll continue on then. What's the time actually? Oh, we've got like another half hour. Now I've forgotten what this was. 1, 2, 2, 4, 8, 10. 12, 14, 16, 18. Alright, have a good one, Cosmo. Could probably do this a bit smarter. No I can't, because it's 9. There. Funny how small the blue circuits is. I mean, this whole build is kind of silly. Right, so as a consequence, where is it? Book of Nauvis. Bloop. We want that. Pop it there for now. That is what? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16. You. 16. What is it? 2 per thingies. It's going to be either 18 or 36. What else was there? I don't think there is anything else, actually. Oh no, there's those things. And technically robo frames. Do I care, though? It's 2 belts worth. I might save my sanity on that one. Yeah, 13.5, so 18 is believable. 13.4. And then it's 8 of those, I think. 8? 1, 2, 3, 4. Why is that 8? If I'm on 4, why is that 8? That doesn't sound right. I mean, I know this thing well and truly works. Hang on. 1, 2, which is actually 1. So 1, 2, 3, then 4. Actually being made in the right thingy? Yeah, it's being made there. Why doesn't that number make sense? 4.5. 1.8. Why does that not make sense? I'm confused. I'm genuinely a bit confused by that. Because, like, I've had this build working perfectly fine. I don't see why 4 belts wouldn't work, whereas it says it needs 4.5. Your 12 beacon? Your 10 beacon or something? It shouldn't be. Yeah, 12 beacon. Ah, big sneeze. Really dusty. But yeah, 4.5, 4.5. That shouldn't be. What was... Anyway, what was green circuit? So... I suppose it's equivalent. It'd be 8 as well. No, it wouldn't. It would be, because it's 1, 2... Hang on a minute. Hang on a minute. 2, 4, 6, 8. 10, 12. 12 of those. Why you only got 8? These are all kinds of messed up. I suppose they're allocated per thingy, not like they're not organized. They're organized per build, not per lane. So like that one might be reds. That one might be red. That one might be green. Well, that one's actually red. Like that. Then this one would be green. Which means the next one's red. That one would be red. Yeah, because they both go into furnaces. Then green again. Then red. So, yeah, again, it's only 2. I don't get why that works. If I'm making them at 115,200, it should need more than what I'm giving it. Stacking's 4, yeah. Let me grab that for a moment. That is very interesting. It's a lot of bell. It is. Productivity level that's missing. Well, these don't have product. Why don't they have modules? Must have been bumped out at some point. I can't think of any productivity that would change, yeah, plus 50% for speed productivity modules. I can't think of any reason why that would be different. What do we want? Red circuits. Red, green, red, red. Red, red, and you're green. But the thing that's just really confusing is that I've simulated this. It works. There we go. And it catches up on productivity modules. Why isn't that going up? Ah, I got it now. Yep. Straight away. Because I was simulating it with, I used to use stack inserters anyway. Yeah, stack inserters anyway, not those. I think I simulated it injecting directly. Here? No. I think I simulated with direct feeds, not with splitters. That's why. So I actually do need more. I mean, I could just overproduce by a lot more. And just manually inject all of them. It's just a lot of extra red circuit build for no benefit. Where is it? Otherwise, it's putting like some weirdo splitter thing on it, or balancer thing on it. God dang it. There we go. What is... So looking at the individual build, it needs 2.3. So it needs 3. So what that would look like in practice is if I was to like compress the belts properly, something like that, then go 1, 2, 3, 4, and then I would have 2 of these. A little something like that. And they would feed into here. Yeah, I'd have 1, 2, 1, 2, and then like 3, and then 3. So it'd be really just be doing that for a 3 into 4. This is so dumb. I keep saying that, and yet here we are. Right, that's as far as that goes. far as you reach. Or... yeah, it just keeps on going down, down. You go down to there. Yeah, but then I need to break these out again. Trouble is, there might not be enough room to do it all there. I could push it into where the substation is. It's fine. It's just a bit crowded. Sense backwards undergrounds? Always backwards undergrounds. Okay. Even copied them? Well, it's not those at least. It's probably these. It's interesting because these are... Oh, there they are. There. I mean, kind of obvious when looking at them. Yep, you go up in there. I mean, technically, having a short tungsten underground is kind of expensive, but at this stage of the game, it doesn't matter. As I always say, like at this stage of the game, nothing matters. So it should actually be something like that, which again is not the most optimal, but again, this is all just trying to be a bit of a throwback, so it is a throwback at the very least. So that then means it's 1, 2. Like that, then 2, 3, then 1, 2, 3, like that. And then to do the same here would be a similar sort of arrangement. Except there isn't really enough room for all these belts. Because it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then there's no room for the last lot. Unless I start getting real stingy and doing like one of these things through here. It's not the absolute worst, but it's pretty far up there. Time to make room. I'm forcing room. I mean, at the same time, like this, it could get out the way. I could push that down 2 tiles, but it's starting to really get cramped. And I like the idea of just ramming it through the build like that. Probably a little too keen on the idea of ramming it through the build like that. I mean, it works. If it's stupid and it works, it's still stupid. Dang it. There we go. I finally rotated it correctly. We're on the editor too. This isn't the actual save. Look, work time. Alright, you have a good one. Yeah, I think we'll be packing up in just a few minutes. Like, I'll just tidy this up and then that'll be it. What I'll do is in between this time and next time, I'll probably copy this across and do all the fixes, and then we'll go straight into tidying up the builds. That's one too many. That should be 10. 6 and 4 is 10. Right, the bare minimum distance is that. And we'll just squash these down a little bit. Part of the problem is like this pipe extent I gotta worry, these kinds of pipe extents I gotta worry about. That's why I'm sort of not really willing to start shuffling things around and about. Fine there. That's not fine there. Goes in there. 1, 2. Oh, it is off by 1. Actually, I got a better idea. You go in there. Let's start over, in fact. In a space-constrained situation like this, we do things in reverse. Yeah, like that. And this is where the look of the old base came about. It's doing silly things like this. You go in there. You go in there. Could also be consistent. There. 2. And you go there. Now this does pass through. That one doesn't now. You go in there. You go in there. Could do direct like that. For no reason than because. And like that. And then it's in no way consistent with the other build. Which is what you want to see, isn't it? Just no consistency whatsoever. But that should then work. And just to prove the point, you down like that, and there. 3, 4, and green circuits. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 2 lots into there. Yep, 2 lots into there. 2 lots into there. And 1, 2, 3, 4 into there. 3 into 4 into there. Again, no consistency because it's reds together here and greens together here. You can see it's upset because I had reds in there before. And then across to here, where some goes up into there. Reds go into there. And this is more conventional. And it's crafting. Cool. So that's fixed that up. That makes sense now. And on that note, I need to leave it for today. So we'll continue this on tomorrow. As I say, next time, between now and next time, yeah, it's just a test. It's not actually to run it properly. Between now and next time, I'll tidy this up a bit. And I'll have it copied into the main save properly. So we'll then be able to arrange circuits, arrange the next lot of builds, and keep things pushing along. I say that as I do all this to test it anyway. Make sure it all passes through. All passes mustard. Yeah, because it's not stacked, it's not going up there. But yeah, I'm gonna, as I say, I'm gonna leave it there for today. We'll start at the same time again next week. And other than that, let's see who's on. Who is on? It's actually kind of strange because the people I see on are not that I normally see. Do I want to say hi to someone? Who do we want to say hi to? Oh, Jamorian's on. If Dunk was on Factorio, I would go say hi. There's literally, there's like no one on. Yeah, let's go say hello to Mr. Jamorian. Alright, we're gonna go raid Jamorian. He's playing the new Oxygen Not Included DLC. The, so let's go say hi, check it out. Check out what he's, check out the DLC. And other than that, thank you all very much for watching, hanging out. Subs, follows, all that. Appreciate it. And other than that, I shall see you tomorrow for more Factorio. Bye-bye for now.